finance is 80% behavior and it's only 20% head knowledge. It's that 80% of behavior that I really focus on.
This is the Business of Art.
G'day, Paul here with the Business of Art, helping you build the systems and processes to support your art so that you can grow an income from your creativity. Now in this video, I am talking with financial coach Ben Murphy. Ben's a financial coach in the States, and we caught up recently over Zoom to chat kind of all things saving and getting out of debt. That conversation lasted about 2.5 hours, and obviously it's too much to put in one video. I mean, I could just, dump it all up there, but there was quite a lot of tangents, and so I thought it might be wiser to just trim it up and actually put some like-minded ideas together into some smaller videos. So I'm going to do that and create a small video series around financial planning, well, not so much financial planning, but money management, saving, and some ideas on how to start getting out of debt. Often when we're starting out as artists, growing sales and starting to go down that road of selling our art, well, often we're still, working a day job and trying to, pay off credit card debt while also finding money to support and fund the artistic work that we do so that we can, not go insane, that kind of thing. We really need to just take a step back and identify what some of those stumbling blocks are, what some of those hurdles are in front of us to stop us being able to start saving or getting out of debt. And that was my first question to Ben. So here we go. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you soon.
Finance is 80% behavior and it's only 20% head knowledge. It's that 80% of behavior that I really focus on when I'm working with clients, because they're in the deep of it and then they don't realize things. So I have to point things out to them, like, hey, I had one client just recently. They were like, hey, my husband had a gym membership that I totally forgot about. It's like $80 a month. He doesn't go to the gym. Yeah. So it was like, there was like $80 a month. Whoop, there it is.
Yep.
They put it on auto draft and they forget about it and stuff. So these getting control, changing behaviors, changing, instead of going to the coffee shop every day to get the coffee, brew it at home. If you got to have coffee, brew it at home. It's like, you can literally get down to 10 to 20 cents a cup by brewing it at home. You buy the big bag of, ground or ground it, whichever you want, and brew it at home, and you got a coffee on your way to work, and all of a sudden you go from spending $5 to $7 a day to 10 to 20 cents.
From your experience, what is it that holds people back from being able to let go of something like a cup of coffee a day to brewing it at home?
It's habit. And the one thing, it's fascinating. I've read a couple different books, and one of them talks about, it's the power of habit. And it was talking about how we get set in our ways. Like, you start in, you had your first cup of coffee, you had another cup, and then eventually you wake up one day and you're literally drinking coffee every day. If you're on a rush to work, you didn't have time to brew the coffee, and there's that Starbucks right there before you get to work. It's literally like a stone's throw from work. So you park your vehicle, you walk over to Starbucks, then you walk into the office. Well, you start doing that a couple times, you're still getting your coffee, so you don't think about it, and then eventually it just becomes habit. The point of the power of habit, it doesn't talk about like stopping habits, but changing the habit. So if the fix is the caffeine fix, simply making sure that you brew it at home first. So set up everything the night before, and you walk into the kitchen in the morning and press, on, and then hit it to go and have it brew the coffee. So you can grab it and go, is a new habit, but you're still getting your coffee. You still get the same reward.
From your experience, what are a couple of the most draining financial habits that people have?
Really, one of the biggest one is the credit card, not having a plan. So they have that credit card, and the problem with credit cards is that because they're detached, you rack up this money here, it's detached from your accounts, so there's no alley filly. So you go into the store and you buy stuff, you swipe, there's no sensation. You walk into that same store, that $95 purchase that you would have swiped through, you have a $100 bill, and you go that $100 bill over to the cashier, you're going to rethink it, because you're like, ooh,
You actually feel that.
You feel it creates a pain sensation. Now, debit cards have a little bit of pain sensation because in the back of your mind, it's directly connected to your bank account. And so is there enough money in there? So you get a little bit, not as much though. If you really want to feel the owie, you start paying cash with things, and you'll really start questioning, do I really need this? Is this?
Yeah.
You look at your purchasing and like, you know what? I don't need this, and this. That was an impulse buy. Having a list when you go to the grocery, huge difference, because you're less likely to impulse. Having a plan, mostly getting rid of the credit cards is huge, because they're a trap. The major problem is it puts you a month behind on your finances, because you don't get that bill until a month later. I had a couple where they're trying to get on track, and so they've been doing the credit card thing, so they've been paying a month later. Well, they got a baby coming up, and then she's not going to be working for a while, and they're having the thing of getting transitioned to getting caught up, so that they're not not using the credit card, so making sure they have enough cash flow on top of getting their old credit card bill, previous month's credit card bill paid. So it's this whole transition thing. But once you get off of it and you're paying as you go, all of a sudden, if you have a layoff or you miss work and you don't get that paycheck, are already a month behind.
So there you have it, some great tips from Ben there. I think it's really important for us to take that step back and really assess what our habits are, and take note of those, and really pay attention and have that self-awareness of how we actually behave with our money, because that's where it all really starts. If you got something out of this and you'd want to see more content like this, then please hit that like button, tap that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when more videos come out. And of course, if you found something useful in this video, there's a good chance that you know somebody else who will as well. So please make sure you share it with them, tag them in the comments, whatever you've got to do to pay it forward, and let's keep helping each other out. Talk to you soon.